Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this voice recording, we are talking about the North Node going into Aries and how to best capitalize off of this Aries energy through tapping into your Mars placement. In this recording, we're more so talking about Mars placements that are in detriment in fall and how they can best get the most out of this North Node in Aries for their own benefit. Before I start this recording, if you guys haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, I am taking astrology and tarot readings at the moment, so if you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, you can email me or you can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Cosmic Star Astrology, or you could also go to my Etsy shop. It's Cosmic Star Astrology to purchase any of my services. And yeah, let's get into this recording. So the North Node went into Aries July 17th, and it will be in Aries until sometime in January of 2025. Aries is a very powerful energy, okay? Especially when it's in the North Node. So this is bringing a lot of big activations during this time. So up until January of next year, there's going to be a lot of passion, a lot of fire in the air, okay? So especially when we get in like the depths of Leo season, which I'll briefly mention that in this recording, but yeah, hella fire energy. So the North Node in Aries is really good for helping us collectively tap into our masculine energies. So we spent a whole year and a half with the feminine energy of Taurus. So everything was very relaxed, easygoing, go with the flow kind of energy. You know, we were more in our receptive energy. So now with the North Node being in Aries, now it is asking us collectively to really tap into our passion, our motivation, our ambition, our determination, okay? Really tap into that courageous risk-taking energy. So this is definitely not a time to kind of just sit back and just let things come to you or just kind of just take things with ease. This is a time to really just go for what you want and take inspired action on things. So if it feels right, if you feel called to do it, if your instincts are nudging you, your intuition is nudging you to do something, it's time to act on it, and you'll get a lot of support with this North Node in Aries. So if there's anything that you've had fears about doing, or you kind of been sitting on the fence about doing, this North Node in Aries is going to provide a lot of support for you to just go ahead and go do it. With the North Node being in Aries right now is the right time. Okay, right now, right here, right now is the right time. The minute you get the spark to do something, it's the right time. Definitely go after what it is that you want during this North Node in Aries transit, and you'll find a lot of great things come about from tapping into this energy. And how you're going to best tap into this Aries North Node is through tapping into your Mars energy. So definitely tapping into more of your Mars placement, understanding this is what's going to help you best navigate this transit. So Mars rules over Aries. So Aries is a very Martian, fiery kind of energy. So, you know, Mars has to do with an initiation. You know, this is cardinal energy. Mars, Aries energy is cardinal energy. So this is about initiating new beginnings, things that you want to do, things that you desire, going for it just because you just feel like doing it, you just feel like experiencing it. Being proactive to just show up for yourself, basically. But Mars is also a planet that has to do with transformation. So Mars is also ruled by Scorpio as well. So people with Scorpio energy, even though the Aries energy won't aspect you, it'll still re-enliven you. Why? Because Aries and Scorpio share the same planet. So with this North Node in Aries, even Scorpio is going to get a lot of the activations too. A lot of the activations. Scorpio is going to be ready to go. So people with a lot of heavy Scorpio energy definitely is also going to benefit from this North Node in Aries. So this North Node in Aries is going to affect Scorpios. It's going to affect any other cardinal placement. So it's going to, of course, affect Aries. So Aries, this is your time to shine. And for the other cardinal energies, so Cancer and Capricorn, this North Node in Aries is going to square you guys. And then with the South Node being in Libra, the North Node in Aries is going to oppose the Libra energy. And I'll be talking about like Mars and Libra and things of that nature. And if you guys haven't already seen my Mars and Libra placement video up on my channel right now, please go check it out. Okay, so but I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Mars and Libra placement with this Aries North Node at this current moment. Okay, so yeah, that's like a little brief overview on the Aries energy. Shout out to all my Aries. Like I was saying, this is your time to shine. You know, the North Node is definitely going to unlock a lot of hidden aspects of yourself that you haven't uncovered yet. So really, the North Node in Aries, for Aries people, is going to bring a new beginning for you guys. It's really going to open you guys up to really activate more of your true selves. And y'all are going to just be off the charts because literally, the sun is exalted in Aries as it is. So the North Node conjuncting you guys' sun, what? You guys are going to be off the charts. Super magnetic. The sun has to do with like fame. And when the North Node conjuncts your sun, so talking about Aries suns, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Aries people, they come out of the woodworks and they're just out in the open. Okay, so for those Aries who are a little on the shy side, this is your time to shine and be out in the spotlight. Okay, so because the North Node is going to make you guys very magnetic. So the sun is already magnetic as it is as a luminary, but when you mix the North Node in it, you know, the nodes have like a magnetic pull, so it's going to make you guys very influential and very magnetic, and people are going to look to you guys for inspiration, you know, because you guys pretty much are going to be the example that the collective has to look to in order to really profit off of this North Node in Aries. So you guys are going to be leading by example, which is no problem for Aries being the leader. Okay, so back to the Mars placement. So yes, so tapping into your Mars placement is really going to be beneficial during this North Node in Aries transit. So you could find like the themes that happen with this North Node in Aries transit in like Mars. So it'll help where it's like you have a Mars placement where it lacks a lot of motivation, or you have an issue with risk taking, you have an issue with kind of like initiating or asserting yourself for what you want, be it just for anything. It could be, you know, it could be in work matters, it could be in love matters, whatever the case may be. This Aries North Node is going to help you work with and heal your Mars, especially if you're a Mars in detriment or a Mars in fall person. Okay, so let's get into Mars being in detriment. So this is talking to the people with Mars placements in Venus ruled signs such as Libra and Taurus. So Mars in Libra and Mars in Taurus, they're in detriment because they're opposing the signs that are at home in Mars, which are Scorpio and Aries. Okay, so this North Node in Aries, let's start with Mars and Taurus. So this North Node in Aries is going to help you work on more of like your kind of just being a little bit more faster with things. You know, with Taurus, they could be very slow and steady with things, take their time, and, you know, they don't like to rush. You know, when it happens, you know, and I'll get there at the right place at the right time, which is good in some ways, but with this North Node in Aries, it's not going to be so good. Why? Because this North Node in Aries is going to open up a lot of opportunities for you to really elevate yourself. Aries is a very ascended and elevated kind of sign. Aries is going to bring a lot of opportunities for you to explore yourself, really discover a new path. It's going to allow a lot of opportunities for you to grow, okay? So, because think about it, Aries rules the first house. The first house has to do with you. It has to do with your path, okay? So the North Node in Aries is going to open you to a lot of unfamiliar territory, which Taurus energy doesn't really like that too much. But this North Node in Aries, even though it's not going to be aspecting Taurus energy, specifically Mars and Taurus energy, but you could feel the effects in the sense of like you're feeling like you're stuck or you're stagnant or you're not moving forward. Why? Because your lesson with this North Node in Aries is to kind of move a little bit faster when opportunities are presented. I will say, especially with Aries energy, opportunities come quick just like how they go quick. So you don't want to find yourself missing out on a lot of beneficial growth for yourself, because Taurus is a sign that has to do with growth, but it's like slow and steady growth. The North Node in Aries is going to be fast growth, okay? Rapid growth. So you just have to be ready and open for that, So with Mars and Taurus, they could find like they kind of move a little bit slow on things, or they're a little apprehensive because they're like thinking like, oh my God, like how's this going to benefit me in the long term? And oh my God, am I going to be stable and okay? And it's like, that's the fun of it. Aries is an energy that has to do with adventure, kind of just living life on the edge. So it's like the North Node in Aries will help Mars and Taurus with that. Kind of like not worry too much about your stability. And I'm not saying completely don't care, but what I am saying is don't care about it too much in the sense that it kind of like slows you down, where it prevents you from making a lot of like rapid progress, especially rapid progress that you've been wanting to make. Another way that this North Node in Aries could help Mars Taurus placements is when it comes to like taking initiative. Taurus is a fixed energy, so Taurus energy is fixated on the idea of like what's for me is for me, and I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to, if it comes to me, then it's like an energy, kind of like knowing your worth, knowing your value, and kind of like the energy that you put out, that you exude, like you'll attract it and you don't have to force it. And like I was saying, like that's not a bad thing. With this North Node in Aries, it could cause like a little bit of an issue in the sense of like you have to be more initiating, okay? And I get it, like not in the sense of like you're desperate, but in the sense of like you're just showing up for what it is that you want. You want it, you make it be known that you want it, okay? And you present yourself, you place yourself in that space. Taurus, Mars people, they could have a little bit of an issue with that, where they could be a little lazy. This North Node in Aries will help you get out of that laziness. It'll help you get some motivation in your life. It'll help, put that spark under your ass and just get it going. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll help boost your energy is what the North Node in Aries is going to do. Especially again, because we were in that Taurus energy for a minute. So it had all of us kind of being a little relaxed and lazy. But now this North Node in Aries is going to really boost our stamina and really get us active again. So Mars and Taurus people, I would recommend doing a lot of activities that get your body moving, get your energy moving, so you kind of feel that liveliness again, so your body feels more awake. So, kind of going for little jogs, or going to the gym, kind of just getting your energy moving, being a little bit more productive. That'll help you get into this North Node in Aries transit. So now moving on to Mars and Libra placement. So we're going to talk about what you're going to be experiencing. So The North Node in Aries is going to oppose you guys, and the South Node in Libra is going to be crossing over you guys. So there are three key things that Mars in Libra is going to be learning with this North Node in Aries. So the first thing is not allowing other people's opinion to dictate your decisions and what it is that you want. Mars in Libra, they place too much emphasis on what people tell them. They place too much energy on just other people and relationships in general. And the North Node in Aries is going to put a stop to that, okay? Mars in Libra is going to be forced to tap into their own instincts and their own intuition, allow themselves to make decisions for themselves. So Mars in Libra is going to be letting go of a lot of codependency tendencies with this nodal transit. You're going to stop overthinking shit. You're going to stop being indecisive, okay? This North Node in Aries is going to help you be more decisive and think faster, think on your feet, because the thing is with Mars and Libra, they overthink shit before they actually do shit, okay? And by the time you're done thinking about it, the opportunity is long gone. Remember, Aries energy is very fast moving energy, so you really have to tap into what it is that you're feeling right here, right now. If something is presented to you, tap into your primal instincts of how you're feeling right here, right now, and respond based off of that. Don't overthink it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with weighing out your pros and cons sometimes. Certain things call for you to tap into your intuition and to just be guided by that, even if you don't have all the rational answers of what it is that you're deciding on doing, okay? The last most important lesson that Mars and Libra is going to be learning with this North Node in Aries is to just be yourself. Libra energy, it has the tendency to want to mask itself, uphold an image so that they're likable and relatable to other people. So this North Node in Aries is going to have you guys just being like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just do what I want to do and be how I want to be. Because remember, Aries is linked to the first house. You know, Mars is also linked to the first house of self, your path, you know, how you express yourself, okay? How it is that you want to show up in life. So that's why I'm saying it's your path as well. How do you want to choose to live your life? What is true for you? Mars and Libra placements will find themselves being pushed to show up as their true self. Take off the mask, take off the makeup, and just be you. You know, Libra energy has the tendency to want to hide themselves or disguise themselves so that they have a nice image in front of other people. And you're going to find like how limiting that is for you and how that's not allowing you to evolve into your highest and best self, because you're allowing others to repress you. And Mars and Libra, they will feel very restricted and repressed to the point Mars and Libra can find themselves in a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements. Mars and Libra can find like they're cutting people off, like they're breaking up with people, be it romantic or whoever, in pursuit of themselves and their own personal path that feels right for them and that's true for them. Mars has to do with your identity. You know, the first house is also linked to the identity. So Mars, Aries, first house energy is linked to your identity. So Mars in Libra is going to find that they're no longer getting like confused and distracted with others trying to tell them who they are and not allowing for that. Mars and Libra like putting up those boundaries and really just discovering who they are by consciously deciding to choose to go their own way in their own path and finding what's true for them. This is how Mars and Libra will let go of a lot of issues that they have with identity. You know, Mars and Libra, they have a lot of identity issues. Very similar to Libra ascendants. They have a lot of identity issues where they struggle to really know who they really are because they're around people too much and they allow people's input on themselves too much. So the South Node in Libra is going to have you let go of a lot of listening to others, taking on people's opinions, allowing people to define who you are. And it's really going to be about defining who you are on your own terms. So now moving on to Mars in Cancer. So Mars in Cancer, The North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra is going to be squaring you, so you're going to be squared up, okay? So you could feel a lot of tension, especially when it comes to yourself, so that North Node in Aries, and then also dealing with other people. Very similar to Mars in Libra in the sense of Mars in Cancer, they can allow the people closest to them to kind of hold them back, or another thing with Mars in Cancer, they could allow the past to kind of weigh them down. So they're going to find that they're going to be forced to let a lot of things go to lighten their energy. This North Node in Aries is going to help you lighten your energy. The South Node in Libra is going to have you clear out a lot of karmic contracts with people. A lot of karmic contracts are going to be cleared out for Mars and Cancer people. So Mars and Cancer people, very similar to the Mars and Libra people, you're going to find that you're breaking up with a lot of people, you're cutting people off, you're putting up your boundaries with other people. You're not going to allow other people closest to you to dictate your decisions. Because Mars and Cancer, they have a tendency to hold on to the past, or, to kind of like hold on to people that they're closely involved with. And this North Node in Aries is going to shut all that shit down and be like, no, you need to focus on yourself. Mars and Cancer, very similar to Mars and Libra, is going to be forced to be more selfish. Is going to be forced to focus on more of what they need, okay? And how to best nurture themselves. So nurturing yourself is going to be very important. Nurturing what it is that you need, what it is that you desire, and what it is that will make you feel good and fill up your cup. Something with Mars and Cancer is that they nurture other people, they give to other people until they're empty, and then it's just like, how are you going to continue to show up for other people when it's due time? How are you going to continue to show up for others if your cup is empty? So Mars in Cancer is going to find that they're focused more so on filling up their cup in all areas of life. Another thing with Mars in Cancer, they're going to be experiencing a big intuition boom. Like their intuition is going to be booming. Like Mars in Cancer is already intuitive, but it doesn't come out as easily as it should because of that detrimental aspect of the Mars placement. So Mars in Cancer tends to not tap into their intuition as much as they should. But this North Node in Aries is going to have Mars in Cancer really tapped into their intuition to where they can't even deny what their soul is asking of them to do. They can't even deny it. Different levels in their soul mission that they can't even deny because they're going to feel it so deeply and so intuitively, and they can't help but allow themselves to be guided by spirit. So really tapping more into your spiritual body and allowing your intuition to guide you into your new pathways, okay? And the last thing with Mars in Cancer that they're going to be experiencing with this square, it's going to force you to get out of any fears or insecurities. Mars in Cancer, they can experience a lot of fears and insecurities when it comes to doing things, especially when it comes to detaching from what they're familiar with. So Aries energy is very adventurous, and it's very much so about exploring uncharted territory. And Aries is open to it. Aries just, goes with it. And this North Node in Aries is going to have you working on that, tapping into that bravery, that courage to go into uncharted territory and be okay. And just see it as an adventure instead of seeing it as like something scary or something that's very uncomfortable. So Mars in Cancer is going to be forced out of their comfort zone and what's familiar to them, especially when it comes to certain people, places, and things that they're tied to from like the past. That's very South Node in Libra. You're going to be letting go of those people, places, and things, and you're going to be stepping into a lot of uncharted territory. Okay? And this North Node in Aries is going to force you to be more brave, more courageous when it comes to a lot of these new beginnings that are happening for you. So Keep in mind, you guys, this applies to everybody. Everybody can take something away from this video, but I mainly wanted to focus on the Mars placements that are in detriment and in fall, because the ruling planet over this North Node is Mars. So it is important that we work with our Mars heavily during this time. So if you have Mars placements in fall in detriment, like the said Mars placements in this recording, this video definitely can help you navigate this North Node in Aries transit. But anybody can take away something from this recording, because you may have your Mars in a beneficial placement to this North Node, but you also have to look at the aspects to your Mars. If you have negative aspects to your Mars placement, this video can be helpful for you, even if your Mars isn't in fall or in detriment, okay? Something else I want to mention before I close out this recording is that we are in Leo season. Leo energy is fire energy, so the fire energy is going to be amped up in Leo season, along with the North Node and, Venus and Leo and all that stuff, right? So Leo is a sign that has to do with passion, fun, romance. So I do see a lot of relationships popping out of the woodworks, be it returning relationships, because we are in Venus retrograde, but even new relationships emerging. Just a lot of romance in the air. And just like Aries, Leo energy is a sign that has to do with sex. It has to do with casual sex, okay? And flings and dating and things, okay? And Aries is the sign of sex, okay? Mars has to do with your sexuality. So this is for Mars in Taurus, Mars in Libra, Mars in Cancer. They're going to have to tap into their spiciness, okay? They're going to have to put themselves out there. Mars in Taurus, you're going to have to get out of this comfort zone of well, I don't want to move too fast with this person. Is this person worth my time? What's in it for me in the long haul? Like, is this going to benefit me in the long haul? I don't want to be low class, or, I don't want to diminish my self-worth. Mars and Taurus energies. I 100% support having high self-worth, high self-value, high standards, and just understand that you don't have to diminish your self-worth or self-value. Absolutely not. Don't do that. What I am saying is that don't close yourself off because you think you're too good for something, because your self-worth and self-value is super high, and then you put it in this way of I'm too good for this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just giving it a chance. If you feel like it is a good thing, but you still want to be in this prim and proper energy of oh, I'm too good for this, then you need to go against that and just go with the feeling of feeling good. But if it honestly makes you feel disrespected and it diminishes your self-worth and self-value, leave that shit alone. Mars in Libra, like I was saying, take off the makeup, take off the mask, and just be yourself, and don't worry about how something is going to make you look. Something that I forgot to mention in the Mars Libra placement video that I made is that Mars in Libra, you're going to be exploring your sexuality during this time, okay? Mars in Libra is a bisexuality indicator in the birth chart. So Mars in Libra placements, they have a tendency to either be bi-curious or even actually bisexual, but they're not open about it. Why? Because they want to maintain a certain image, of class or having it all put together and not kind of doing something taboo. North Node in Aries is going to have you get out of that Mars in Libra, to where if you are bi-curious and you are curious, or you are actually bisexual and that's who you truly are, North Node in Aries is going to have you be that and explore that and be out in the open. So you're going to be Mars and Libra people, you guys are going to be coming out the closet. And Mars and Cancer people, let go of your past relationships with your exes and things of that nature, and be open to finding new love in your life, and not allowing the past to dictate your future in all aspects, but in the aspect of dating, don't shut people out just because it feels unfamiliar, or or you're hurt by the past. Lighten your energy. And it makes me think of like Two of Cups energy in the tarot for Mars and Cancer. Allow yourself to feel that fresh beginning with just getting to know somebody new. And having those fresh feelings of when you first like somebody, when you first get to know somebody and you like them, you have those butterflies and things. Allow yourself to feel that. Don't close yourself off to new experiences with other people, especially when it comes to love. Oh yeah, the love bug is out in the air, okay? The love bug is out in the air. So Mars in Taurus, Mars in Libra, Mars in Cancer, do not worry if this person is like your next new boo or your new husband or new girlfriend, new wife, whatever the case may be. Focus on the here and now is what I'm trying to say. Focus on the here and now. Aries energy is very straight to the point and very simplistic in the sense it's either this or it's either that. Okay? It's either it feels good and you go for it and you don't think too hard about it, or if it doesn't feel good, you leave that shit alone and you move on to the next thing. Very straight to the point with Aries energy, and that is the energy that we all need to be tapping into, the here and now. How am I feeling right here, right now? And deciding if it's for me or not for me. And that's it. And not overcomplicating shit. That's my little spiel on this North Node in Aries transit. I hope you guys find this helpful and insightful. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, you can email me. You could DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Cosmic Star Astrology. Or you could purchase my services through my Etsy shop, Cosmic Star Astrology. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!